I'm going to show a little bit of the workflow in building MCP servers for a demo I'm working on called PatientOne. It's a health example. So as part of the development workflow, to test whether the servers are going to be called when you expect them to be, you can use Claude Desktop. And you're basically running everything on a single machine here, and it's just a dev environment. You're not concerned with authentication or scaling or anything like that. It's pure functionality. So what you're doing is you dev, in my case, VS Code, and then once your servers are ready, you've tested them there, then you have a config file and you have Claude Desktop locally. And if you've configured them, then they'll show up here. Also, they'll show up in, it says connectors, which are MCP servers that you create, or you can go to Anthropic's store and get ones that are going to be helpful to you. In my case, clinical trials and PubMed. So I'm just going to kind of do a user flow to show you how this might work and how I manually test things. So which MCP servers are here? And I'm expecting to see a list of the servers. And again, what's happening is you're testing when they're being called, because Claude is the integrator here. So Claude is answering this question. But you want these servers to be called, in my case, for analysis in certain types of files or certain types of information. So here's the list. Everything looks good. So now I want to test which of these servers can help me analyze a file on this path in my system. Here's the file. So it's a sample FASTQ. So again, a typical user flow. One of the reasons that you're building all these tools this way is you get the benefit of the LLM, which can help to simplify the tool selection. In bioinformatics, this is really a challenging problem because there's so many types of data and so many types of tools. And you can see it started to do the right thing here. It went to the server. That's good, but it had some issue. So let's see what the issue was. So it looks like it was a badly formed sample file. That's probably on me for having a fake sample file. So this is what you want it to do. What's happening here is you are calling basically your MCP server, which in my mind, and this is oversimplified, it's kind of a fancy function. So this is deterministic. It's working in conjunction with your LLM here. So it's saying, yep, it can do this. There is a format issue. And here it's calling another server, which is a spatial server, and testing to see if that could read this file. And here are the results. The FGBio validate FASTQ function was able to read it. Looks like I have an extra character in the file. And then it just tells me that I have other tools that could work with this file. And now it tells me, would you like me to help fix it? Yes, I would. Yes, please fix. And again, this is demonstrating the power of this type of a system, because you've got the LLM, which can answer more general questions, and then you have the set of tools. So let's see if it can fix it. So it says, nope, I can't, but I can make an example for you, which is what you'd expected, because it should not be able to access your desktop unless you've given it permissions to do that. And then you can always see what it's doing here. And here it has I don't have a viewer for this. So here it has created a properly formatted file. The viewer doesn't open it, basically. So now I want to go on and test, now I want to test another server, which one, how can I do that? So again, this is, let's say you have a new bioinformatician and you have a bunch of tools rather than having to go to some bunch of file paths and read documentation. One of the reasons for building a system like this is you can access the tools from a central location and let the integrator, in this case Claude, help you with that. So this is telling me my list of tools and how to test them. Which server to test? Let's see, so let's test TCGA. It gets people up and running with tools more quickly. So there's the T that you're looking for. You want it to call that. And there it's fetching expression data. Now in this case, I've created this isn't actually going out to the TCGA site. It's mocked, but it is calling the server, and you know that because of the T. And again, that's the key aspect from a development point that you're testing, because you want the server to be called in queries that it can answer. And here it's giving the results. Yep, and it's good to go. So the idea with this is that this environment allows you to test your servers that you've created in an integrated fashion before you move to the step of deploying them into a production environment. Because really what you can do with this is you can really rapidly iterate, and you can make sure that you're building the right thing. You can make sure that you're building servers and functionality that your users actually need, because the deployment effort here is pretty fast with a combination of Claude and then using Claude Code with Visual Studio to build these servers. So this is just an example of my workflow, and I've had lots of questions about it, so I wanted to create a quick video for everybody to see how I work on this.